not to look at, larger social issues simply because of a group that I represent and that I'm in. But I have to stay focused, and I try to stay focused on this small piece. I got AIDS. I deserve a joint. That's it.
Right.
Point blank.
But by doing that one thing and focusing on one thing, you're spreading it so much farther than that. I mean, just the fact that I know about it, just the fact that I found out about it a couple of years ago. Howard Dover goes, "Hey man, we're doing this benefit for the. You want to help out?" I go, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "Well, there's a place that you can go where you can. They actually dispense marijuana." I'm just thinking all the douchebags I gotta deal with to buy weed from. I'm buying weed in big quantities just so I don't have to talk to these dickheads. I'm like, "Hey man, how's the shot, dude?" This isn't gonna happen. I'm gonna give you a ton of cash, and you're gonna give me a bag of plants, and then we're not gonna talk for a while. I'm gonna find another guy because I don't want you telling everybody you're selling me shit because you're a fucking weirdo, And then all of a sudden he goes, "There's this place," and they say you get a medical card, and then you go and you can buy it there. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I can help them? Fuck yeah!" I'm like, "What do I gotta do?" And then I'm telling people I'm handing them out lollipops. I'm like, "This is the shit." And people are like, "Where do you get these?" I'm like, "Dude, I'll give you the name of a doctor." I'm always emailing people doctors' addresses. I'm like, "Just go."
The reality of it is, a lot of people have been self-medicating forever.
Fuck yeah.
But they had no idea of why at home, in their own privacy, they use cannabis. They had no idea. They had no idea it was because it does tone down the day a little bit. Because it does help you sleep a little bit, so you won't have to go get that Tylenol PM, the Tylenol XM, the Tylenol, what other kind of Tylenols do they have out there?
It helps your perspective. Sure. It helps your perspective, without a doubt. It makes you see things just like, you just get a little bit above the smoke and you just get a little better view.
But what benefit? Joe, there's no benefit to anyone.
No, there's no benefit.
You can't sell that benefit now.
No, you can't sell that benefit for fuck. It helps, benefits me.
What do you say to people that still, like the people that still use this argument where they're like, okay, THC may be a good drug, but they still have this idea that, but that smoking something is not a legitimate.
I'm the answer to that. I'm the perfect answer to that. I'm the answer to it makes you lazy. Dude, I work out at least 5 days a week. I was a U.S. national Taekwondo champion. I do jiu-jitsu 4 days a week. I lift weights at least 3 days a week on top of that. I'm constantly active. I do stand-up comedy every fucking weekend. Never take time off. Constantly writing material. I do Fear Factor. I was doing Fear Factor and The Man Show and jiu-jitsu, smoking weed every fucking day. Every day. It helps me. It helps me in every way. It makes me much more enthusiastic about things that I actually enjoy doing. Much more enthusiastic. So it doesn't take away your motivation. It'll just take away your motivation to do something that fucking sucks.
But I think his question. I think his question was on the lines of one of the other false arguments that's thrown out there is the fact that you have to inhale it and smoke it.
But even if you do smoke it, I'm telling you, it doesn't hurt you.
But the fact is,
my cardio's fantastic.
There are those who choose to smoke it.
Right.
But there are those there are better ways that you don't have to smoke it now.
Absolutely.
The vaporizer is a wonderful thing.
Sure.
That's not smoking it at all. That's
lollipops.
not getting it. Lollipops.
Lollipops are the shit. Brownie. Those lollipops, man, that's a smooth, mellow high that lasts for hours. There's and I don't buy any of the damage on the lungs thing with the smoke. I don't buy it.
There's alternatives to that. If that was the sole argument, then there still is no justification for making the whole plant illegal.
Absolutely. But I don't even buy the fact that it damages your lungs. I don't buy it. It's a different experience. Smoking the marijuana plant is very different than smoking tobacco or smoking cigarettes. It's just different. It has a different effect. It doesn't ever harm. I've been an athlete my whole life. I feel I get high and do jiu-jitsu all the time. All the best guys that I know get high and then work out.
Well, it doesn't also... The cannabis that's here is natural. And it doesn't have the ammonia added to it. It doesn't have all the extra things added to it to give it a better flavor. It's a very natural product. And therefore, it won't have those addictive qualities of a cigarette that that they.
But even damaging you, even smoking the natural plant. I mean, I don't believe that smoke damages you. I don't think it does any harm. Because my friends all do it and no one's experiencing any harm. My friend Eddie, all right, is a world-renowned jiu-jitsu champion. And he's the guy who talked me into smoking weed. I started smoking weed because I started working out with him. I've been doing jiu-jitsu with him for a while. And we were both in the same. He was really good. Everybody looked up to him. It's phenomenal. And we started talking about weed. He's like, I smoke weed every day. And I was like, damn, really? And I'm an open-minded guy. And back in Boston, the real problem was I hung around with a bunch of fucking idiots. And the people that I knew that smoked pot were idiots, and pot wasn't helping them. If you got a little low-watt brain and you supercharge it with fucking jet fuel, you still got a low-watt brain.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It doesn't help. You know what it's like.
Absolutely.
So I associated pot with stupid people. Now here I meet this genius guy, incredibly smart, and he smokes pot all the time. And I'm an open-minded person. I'm willing to drop all previous, preconceived notions that I have and go, okay, I'll try it. What do you got? And I remember very clearly the day I got high with him. It was like less than 4 years ago. I remember that day going, fuck! It was like I shot through a fucking cannon, and all of a sudden I was on the other side. And he was like, dude, glad you're over here. And I'm like, glad to be over here. Fuck, I can't believe I was over there. Shit. We had ice cream sundaes. I was like, I can't believe how good this tastes. Ice cream and fucking vanilla fudge. I'm like, does everybody know about this? Hot fudge and vanilla ice cream. God damn. And then thinking, I was just millions of new thoughts just fucking flooding in my brain. It's like I was ripping down walls and shit was flowing in. Like, wow.